In this short video, I'm going to show you the surefire way to figure out if your website has been built by a web developer as opposed to a marketing agency. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Matt from Tradie Web Guys here. Thanks for joining us once again. While you're here, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. We're doing a lot of these videos. We want to make sure you don't miss out on anything that we put out there in order to teach you more about the digital marketing space for trade businesses. Today, I want to showcase a project that we've just completed and we're about to launch. And I really want to help you guys identify whether, and to put in perspective, whether your website has been built by a web developer. And by that, I mean something that looks nice and pretty, or somebody that understands the marketing and what the actual goal of the business is, because quite frankly, they're two different things. And very often when you go to a web developer, they will build you something that might look great, but it doesn't tick the boxes when it comes to marketing. So in this case study, I'm going to showcase to you a client of ours that is a building company. They specialize in renovations and things like that. And they operate up in the northwest area of Sydney in New South Wales, Australia. They have a great website. When they actually came to us, they were saying, we don't understand. We've got this website. It's working great, but we don't seem to get any work out of it. And when we had a look at it, it was really, really obvious that this website didn't tick any of the boxes when it comes to what a website needs in order to show up in search. I want you guys to put this thing into perspective, right? Because this is a really common problem. And quite honestly, you're probably falling into this trap yourselves if you go and have a look at your own website. You don't want to be too general with the areas that you're targeting. If you are operating within a specific area, and if you take Sydney, for example, and you could be anywhere, we've got clients all over the world in different massive cities like Toronto, New York, Los Angeles, etc. You don't want to go too general with where you want to target your area of operation, especially if you are not a huge company. And the company that we're talking about today is not a huge company. And for them to be able to say they can service all of Sydney is a very far stretch. In fact, it works against them. And I'll tell you why. If you would live in a city like Sydney, and I'm actually from Sydney originally, although I don't live there now, I know for me to get to one side of Sydney to the other, especially during peak hour, it could take 3 hours. Realistically, that is never ever going to work for a trade business. You're never going to be able to get from one side of the city to the other side of the city and service those customers in different areas, unless you're in a situation, which some are, don't get me wrong, where you've got a huge fleet or you might have multiple locations and you can actually access those different areas and geographical locations with different team members at the same time. So what you don't want to be is in a situation where you're sending one team member from one side of the city to the other side of the city and back and forth again, because you just lose too much time in commute. I mean, that's a logistical issue, but what we're talking about here is a marketing issue and how you can target your marketing to work better towards where you want to be located. Because the other thing is, like, I know at a glance, you might look at where your area of operation is and go, you know what, we want to be the go-to guy in blah. If you zoom out a little bit and you take a look at the area that you actually live in, you'll probably find, like we did with this customer, the area that you live in, there is more than enough work that can keep you sustained. And there's more than enough work which can keep you close to base. And that avoids a lot of those logistical issues that you're going to encounter if you try and spread your wings too wide and you try and access and service too many different locations. I'm going to jump across to the client's existing website here. As I mentioned before, the website itself isn't bad. It looks quite nice. It's got some videos and things on there, but the messaging that's on that site is very focused around like Sydney. When I look at the on-page SEO for this website, it hasn't really been done very well. So this is a website that looks nice, but from a marketing perspective, it doesn't really tick a lot of the boxes. They do have things here like some social proof banners and things like that of people, that brands that people might relate to. At the end of the day, if you want this thing to show up in search, you need to tick some of those boxes when it comes to marketing. And I'm going to show you, especially on like a service page, how that will differ in a minute. Put yourself in this situation and put yourself in this position. If you go and have a look at your own assets and your own website or websites and just see, are you going too general or too broad with who you're trying to target? And If you don't know the answer to that in the space of where our best customers come from and what areas do we like to work in predominantly, if you don't know the answer to that, have a think about it and really pull the numbers and have a look, because quite frankly, you guys, you don't need to be everything to everyone. You just need to own a specific area and a specific location. And in a perfect world, you use your marketing to help position you as the expert in that trade, in that area. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't service other areas, but what it does mean is you can get your foot in the door there as the expert in that space and gradually grow your areas of operation in a way that's sustainable. This is all about sustainability and the way that you can manage and fulfill on the projects and the leads that you're getting. You don't want to be in a situation where you're getting leads from all over a city, for example, and you can't service those leads, right? You look at the navigation on this site and it's actually quite good. The way that this has been laid out from a sitemap perspective is not bad. But if I jump into, one of these pages, you're going to start seeing some red flags here straight away. Another common red flag that you'll see from a lot of web developers or agencies or whatever it might be is, well, we haven't been given the information, so job done from our point of view. And you don't want to be in that situation. Truthfully, when we started out, we kind of did that. We said to clients, hey, listen, we've built this out. We're still waiting on things like copy, or we're still waiting on video, or whatever it might be. We can't drag this out any further. We're going to publish, get us the copy. And sometimes they never do. We don't do that anymore. That's why we do all of our in-house copywriting, because we're like, you will wait forever for businesses. And quite frankly, if you're waiting for copy that comes from a builder or a plumber or electrician or whatever, they're not copywriters. You guys aren't copywriters. You're skilled tradespeople. So, we learned very quickly early in the piece that, it's not the right move to ask clients for things that they're not comfortable doing. We should know enough about the industry that we can do it ourselves, and we do. And so we just do all that stuff ourselves. But if I scroll down on this page here, you're going to see some red flags. I'm going to point a few of them out. First of all, this here, no one cares about your logo. If you guys are using your logo as your main marketing message, stop doing that, okay? Because no one cares about your logo. What they want to know is what is the actual thing you're trying to convey to that person. So this is the bathroom renovation page, and there should be something here about, we build custom bathrooms, we renovate bathrooms in the Hills District or something like that, right? If we scroll down here, I'm still not quite sure what the main keyword for this page is going to be. They do have some nice formatting here, and you can see they've tried to do this, but again, I look at this and I say, okay, well, this looks to me like it's formatting that's been done by a web developer that looks pretty, but it doesn't actually tick boxes when it comes to marketing, and I'll show you what I mean. If I scroll down further, they put like spaces in here that has nothing in them. I mean, that's not really an acceptable way to launch a website. And so in here, we're starting to see, okay, well, maybe this is the keyword they're targeting on this, but it's way too general. Like, you can't have a web page that targets bathroom renovation. It's too broad. You need to be tying in specific locations, and you need to be more specific with actually, who you're going to be targeting. I can see it again, bathroom renovation, and then we start seeing things like bathroom renovation again, all these no videos here. The point and there's a lot of content here, and they've got Q&As, and they've done a lot of things here, which is kind of right, but they just haven't targeted correctly. When we went to the drawing board here, and we're like, wow, there is so much content. Like, we could heat map this page. You can almost guarantee no one's going to be scrolling down this much text. It's just not going to happen. Realistically, and things like social proof here, brands we trust, they're the kind of thing that you should probably, if it was important to you, which I question in this instance, but you might want to have that higher on the page, because no one's going to scroll, especially on a mobile device, down this much content to get to that. It's just never going to happen. Again, they've tried to do the right thing by putting lots of content on the page, but you've got to run the gamut here on your website as to how much content you're putting on your website and how relevant it is. You'd be far better off in this instance having content that's short and snappy and speaks to a point, or less content of this anyway, and then showcasing more about that specific product through projects that you've completed, because they're things that you can actually show that you've done. So I'm going to jump across to the new website now. You'll notice we're going to start seeing things like Sydney Home Renovation Builders. Now, you might be saying, hang on, you just contradicted yourself then, because Sydney's too broad. It's true, but we're going on the homepage here. There's some different strategies that apply to this page. And when you'll see here, this is a longer keyword than, say, home renovation. So we're actually including the geographical area into it. And as you scroll down here, you'll also see we start to target the area that they want to focus within. And that's an easy thing to glance past, but after doing a lot of research on this project, we figured out that there is a lot of opportunity in this area. Now, this is a home page, so this is not specifically really targeting any services as such. But if we jump into that same page, which I just showed you, which was bathroom renovations, now you're going to see some differences, because even in the URL structure, you'll see we are targeting bathroom renovations in the Hills District, and we are also speaking specifically to the service and the location. So you can see here, fully customized, innovative bathroom renovations in the Hills District, right? So you'll notice as well the difference where we've broken the page up using images and the client's images, and we've used, header tags here. These are H2s and H3s, and we've used bullet points. This is like formatting, which makes the page easier to consume. And the reason we do that is because we know typically if you do break pages up, which is if it's a whole page of text, no one will read it. But if you break it up nicely and you format it and you make it easy for people to read and engage, and they can see images that tie into the content, people will typically consume more of it and they'll scroll further. Call to actions on the page here too, like request a quote. That may change for this client, we'll see. And again, there's some other H header tags here. These are not the H1s, these are H2s and 3s, but again, we're targeting associative keywords in this instance. Well, the associative keyword is the Sydney bathroom. So their main focus area is the Hills District, and then as a secondary approach, we also want to be able to target what we want to show up in search for Sydney related terms, but their main focus is this Hills area. And you'll see this congruent throughout the whole site. All the pages have been designed in that way and for that reason. That was just one quick overview that I just wanted to run through with you guys so you can put into perspective what it might look like on your website currently. Keep in mind as well, guys, with your website, it is not necessarily a destination as much as it is a journey. And what you want to do is you want to treat it like an evolution. You want to see how you can take what you've currently got and evolve it to the point where it's converting the right way and it's getting the right types of leads, so on and so forth. So don't look at it as a static thing. Look at it as something that you can test and you can improve with time, and be willing and wanting to update things like photos and update content and test different things and add new projects on. It's really important that you do that. If you guys are tradespeople, you're in a really fortunate position where you have the ability to really plant your flag as the expert within what you do and the area in which you operate in. Most people don't do that very well. So I would say capitalize on that, because you will find there's a lot of opportunity there for you. Anyway, that's all from me. If any of what I've mentioned today makes any sense to you, or you would like any more information, or if you want to have a chat about how we can apply a similar strategy towards your digital assets, head across to tradiewebguys.com.au and get in touch. Ciao.